Hi friends, once again Multi Info heartily welcomes to all of you. As we have discussed age of Chaucer in previous video, so today we are going to talk on age of revival. This video will be very important video for the scholar of English literature. In this video we will cover some important events, facts, writers and their works. So let's start. Age of revival started from 1400 and ended 1550. This age is very important in English literature. First fact of this age is people of Europe started reading and imitating Roman and Greek texts. In this age, people again started imitating and reading that were written in Greek and Roman languages. Protestant revolution was started by Mary First because she supported Catholic Church, while before her Edward VI supported Protestant. एडवर्ड सिक्स प्रोटेस्टेंट का सपोर्ट करता था और एडवर्ड सिक्स के बाद जब मैरी फर्स्ट थ्रोन पर आई या सिंहासन आरूढ़ हुई तो मैरी फर्स्ट ने कैथोलिक चर्च को बढ़ावा दिया, उसका सपोर्ट किया. In 1450, Gutenberg completed his 42-line Bible, known as the Gutenberg Bible. About 180 copies were printed, most on paper and some on vellum. Vellum stands for sheepskin. During this age of revival, Gutenberg completed 42-line Bible. He printed Bible with machine in 1455 and 180 copies were printed. Some copies were printed on paper and some were on vellum. The War of Roses, it started from 1455 and ended with 1885. Were a series of English civil war for control of the throne of England, fought between the supporter of two rival cadet branches of the royal houses of Plantagenet. The House of Lancaster, represented by Red Rose, and House of York was represented by White Rose. Two parties were continued fighting for the throne of England. Parties were House of Lancaster and other party means opposite party was House of York, whose symbol was white rose, while House of Lancaster's represented a red rose. Henry VIII was the king from 1509 to 1547, who is best known for 6 marriages to get male child. Friends, Henry VIII marriages 6 times because he had no male child. To gain a male child, he will have to marry again and again, and he marries 6 times. He started Anglican Church. Means Henry VIII started means supported Anglican Church. He enacted Act of Supremacy. It was very important act because king became the supreme head of the England. Before Act of Supremacy, king was a nominal. All the powers were vested in the hands of clergy or popes. But after the Act of Supremacy, king became the supreme head of the England. America was discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1492. It was a great event that was discovered by Columbus, and also India was discovered by Vasco da Gama in 1497 AD. India was discovered by Vasco da Gama in 1497 and America was discovered by Christopher Columbus in 1492 AD. Next point, in England the printing press was brought by William Caston in 1476 AD. It helps in increasing literary works. It became very popular literary works in England because due to commencement of printing press, writings and works were popularized because they were cheap after the printing press. By the early 1520s, the view of German reformer Martin Luther and a French theologist John Calvin were disputed in England because Martin Luther and his friend John Calvin brought a vast reforms in England, and Martin Luther wrote 95 theses. Its main reason was the Great Plague. About Great Plague I have discussed in earlier videos in the age of Chaucer, so please watch that video. Now we will talk about major writers and their works. First of all, Julian of Norwich, who born 1343 and died in 1416, also known as Dame Julian or Mother Julian, was an English anchorite of the Middle Ages. She wrote the least surviving books in English language written by a woman. She dedicated her whole life to God. His popular and main writing is Revelation of Divine Love. In Revelation of Divine Love, famous line is, all shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Next, Christine de Gippon. Christine de Pigeon, born 1364 and 1430, she died. She was a great poet and author at the court of King Charles VI of France. She is best remembered for defending women in the famous book, The Book of City of Ladies, and other book, The Treasures of the City of Ladies. Both books are really important. Next, writer John Hoccleve, who was born 1368 and died in 1426, was an English poet and clerk who has been seen as a key figure in 15th century Middle English literature. He was contemporary and imitator of Chaucer. So friends, John Hoccleve was the contemporary and imitator of Chaucer. He oftenly imitates Chaucer, whose work has little literary merit but much value as social history. His main and important writings are The Letter of Cupid and the second, The Mother of God. Now we will talk about next writer, John Lydgate, who born 1370 and died in 1451. John Lydgate was an English poet known principally for long moralistic and devotional works. John Lydgate of Bury was a monk and poet born in Lydgate near Haverhill, Suffolk, in England. His famous writings are The Flower of Courtesy, The Troy Book, and third, The Life of Our Lady. Next writer is Margery Kempe, born in 1373 and died in 1438. Margery Kempe was an English Christian mystic, known for writing through dictation. His famous book is The Book of Margery Camp. It is a work that is considered by some to be the first autobiography in English language. She had 14 children. Next, we talk about Sir Thomas Malory. Was born 1415 and died in 1471. Sir Thomas Malory was an English writer, the author or the compiler of Lee Morte d'Arthur, the classical English language chronicle of the Arthurian legend, published by William Caxton in 1485. Next writer, Robert Henryson, who born 1425 and died in 1506, was a Scottish poet, the finest of early fabulists in Britain. He is described on some early title pages as a schoolmaster of Dunfermline. His main important works are The Testament of Cressida, Orpheus and Eurydice, Robin and Macine. These three important works are very finest work of Robert Henryson. Next writer is William Dunbar, who born 1459 and died in 1520. William Dunbar was a Scottish poet active in the late 15th century and the early 16th century. He was closely associated with the court of King James IV and produced a large body of work in Scott distinguished by its great variation in themes and literary styles. His main works are Treatise of Two Married and the Widow, and next Flyting of Dunbar and Kennedy. Both works are important. Next writer is John Skelton, born 1460 and died in 1529. He was an English poet and tutor to King Henry VIII of England. His main works are Colin Clout, and next work is Where the Hawk. Next writer is Erasmus, born in 1466 and died in 1536. His full name is Desiderius Erasmus Roterodamus. His main important writing is Praise of Folly. Next writer is Thomas More, who is very famous for Utopia. Thomas More was born 1478 and died 1535. Utopia was written and published in 1516. It represents a civilized society and talks about liberty, fraternity, equality. Friends, Utopia is very important. Next, writer Miles Coverdale, born 1488 and died in 1559. Miles Coverdale was an English ecclesiastical reformer, chiefly known for a Bible translator, preacher, and bishop of Exeter. He is famous for the Coverdale Bibles that was published in 1535. Next writer is William Tyndale, born 1494 and died in 1536. William Tyndale was an English scholar who became a leading figure in the Protestant Reformation in the years leading up to his execution. He is well known for his translation of the Bible into English, influenced by the work of Erasmus of Rotterdam and of Martin Luther. So William Tyndale was very influenced by Erasmus and Martin Luther. He translated Bible. For this, William Tyndale was burnt alive. His translation is New Testament. that was translated in 1525 AD. Next writer is and poet is Thomas Yatt, born 1503 and died in 1542. Sir Thomas Yatt was a 16th century English politician, ambassador, lyric poet, credited with introducing the sonnet to English literature. In May 1536, Yatt was imprisoned in the Tower of London for allegedly committing adultery with Anne Boleyn. So, Thomas Yatt is considered as the father figure of poetry, means especially for sonnet, that brought in England. Songs and sonnets is main works of Thomas Yatt, published in Tottel's Miscellany in 1557. Next writer is John Knox, born 1514 and died in 1572. Was a Scottish religious reformer who took the lead in reforming the church in Scotland along Calvinist lines. Following his experience of working with John Calvin in Geneva, he is widely regarded as the father of the Protestant Reformation in Scotland and of the Church of Scotland. He was also a historian of the Reformation. His main writing is Book of Common Order. Next writer is Roger Ascham, born 1515 and died 1568. Roger Ascham was an English scholar and didactic writer, famous for his prose style, his promotion of the vernacular, and his theories of education. He acted as Princess Elizabeth's first tutor in Greek and Latin between 1548 to 1550. He served in the administration of Edward VI, Mary I, and Elizabeth I. So friends, main important fact is Roger Ascham was a special tutor of Elizabeth I, who was the Queen of England. His main works is The Schoolmaster. Next writer is Henry Howard. In other words, we can say Earl of Surrey, born 1516 and died in 1547. Henry Howard, or the Earl of Surrey, was an English nobleman, politician, and poet. He was one of the founders of English Renaissance poetry and the last known execution by the King Henry VIII. He introduced into England and style and meters of the Italian humanist poets, and so laid the foundation of great age of English poetry. So that we have discussed earlier, Thomas Yatt and Earl of Surrey, who brought sonnet in England, that was copied from Petrarch from Italy. So Henry Howard or Earl of Surrey's main works is certain books of Virgil's Aeneis. So friends, if this video is beneficial for you, please like, share and subscribe. If it is not beneficial for you, enjoy only. Thank you.